Good morning, friends. Happy sunny Monday. Look at this. We've got sun coming through the window right now. In Oregon, we celebrate when the sun comes out. Trust me, we really do. But anyway, how are you? How was your weekend? What are you doing? What are you working on? I have a really fun video, I think, planned for you today. But before we get into that, I wanted to announce that I am doing a giveaway here on YouTube. And the reason is I am overwhelmingly grateful for all of you. You have been so supportive, so kind, so welcoming for me to come back and reboot my channel, that this is my way of sharing my gratitude with you. And I think I'm going to do multiple giveaways. Like, this is the first of many. And I don't know how often we'll do it, but I really love this idea of just kind of this exchange of positive energy. You guys are helping me grow my channel. The least I can do is give you the opportunity to win some fun things. And what I'd like to give you is a big, I guess you could call it PR package. That's what the cool influencers say, or happy mail. I want to put together a curated collection of my products, some stuff from my stash, vintage beads, because believe it or not, I have a really cool vintage bead collection. And these beads are so fun to use as like charms and just embellishments on journals. So I'd like to toss a little bag in for you as well. So in order to enter, what you need to do is subscribe to my channel, which I know most of you are, like this video, and then leave a comment down below telling me what your overall favorite aesthetic is, because that's going to help me know what to put together for your package, for your prize. And let me know if you're into like more of the natural earthy tones, if you like more pinks and girly, if you like grungy and dark. Just kind of give me the overall vibe, give me the feeling, let me know, because then I'll use that and my intuition to put together some fun stuff for you. So subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will make an announcement for who the winner is next Monday. And I am using like one of those random YouTube giveaway generators, so I'm not going to pick that by hand. Or I may, depending on how many people enter, put it in like a little jar with your names and do a live polling on next Monday's video. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, it will be random. Please only be in the US. Shipping is insane, and I'm so sorry. So this giveaway is only open to my US friends. Yeah, even shipping domestically here is crazy. So for now, we're just going to keep it here in the US. But good luck. Thank you for entering, and thank you for being here. So let's get into today's video. What we are doing is going through our house, and we are finding trash, everyday items that we use and we really just don't give a second thought about. Basically, we are like creative ninjas going through our environment and finding different materials that we can use for our art and junk journals. And that is what I do. I am like a little pack rat. I keep frickin' everything because I want to keep it out of a landfill as much as possible. And I want to share with you some of my favorite things that I like to do to create papers, to create ephemera. And really the focus is on creating texture, because I love a big old junky, juicy, chunky journal with lots going on. And that's what all these different ideas that I'm going to share with you today hopefully achieve. So let's get started. This is just a big stack of paper that I spent the weekend creating. It may not look like much, but I promise you it will. Let me set these off to the side. I just wanted you to have something pretty to look at while I was running my mouth about the giveaway. Oh, and just a quick update. I did start doing the papers for the whimsical journal that I'm working on. I mentioned that in my last video, that I'm doing kind of like a whimsical forest journal. Honestly, it's kind of shaping up to be a magical bog video, and I'm fine with that. So it's going to be very earthy and have things like frogs and lizards and be kind of marshy and swampy. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. All right, first up, this is my favorite thing to do. I just know we all have stuff like this in our house because we are swimming in plastic, aren't we? Like, it's just everywhere. So what I like to do is take this kind of thin plastic wrap that comes on toilet paper, paper towels, like pretty much everything, and then cut it out into sheets. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I use these for not only paper, like just for textural paper, but it's almost like, ooh, plastic fabric. It feels like plastic fabric and looks like it too. So what you'll need to do, and I did a lot of this off camera just because it is super messy. It's fun, but it's super messy and I don't feel like having to get up and wash my hands, is you take your plastic packaging, and then I just use cheapo acrylic paint. This is Shuttle Art. It's not my favorite. I don't want to throw any shade at this brand. I mean, it is what it is. You pay for what you get. It's not my favorite. I'm trying to use it up so I can try a different brand, but for this project, it works just fine. So you take your plastic wrap and you're going to go over it with 1 or 2 coats of this acrylic paint, and you're going to let it dry, and you can keep going over it and doing layers and layers, because that's what I actually did here for this one. And then once it's dry, it is super fun to go over it with some fun stencils, because it almost gives it like, I don't remember the correct term. I want to say batik. That could be wrong. Please don't hold me to that. But it's like silk dyeing, like fabric dyeing. It gives kind of this very hippie, I guess, is the word, like bohemian. Where's the other one I just had? I don't know. But it gives very like boho chic kind of style. And these papers, if you use bright colors, papers, plastic, are perfect for whimsical dopamine journals. And I do want to start doing a dopamine journal with you guys on here because these are perfect. So I thought we could do one of these together. I am actually going to use, because this is blue, pink, because pink and blue is my favorite color combination. So let's put a little pink down here like that. And I actually like to use quite a bit of this paint. Like I said, I'm trying to use it up. And I just use a sponge. I mean, this is probably not rocket science. We all know how to use stencils. And I just dab very lightly in some spots, a little harder in some, just to give it some variation in texture and style, like that. And then you just pull that puppy up. Let's go over here. I'm getting paint on my desk. Don't care. Look how sick that is. Let's put some over here. Maybe up here. Woo, hey, now, okay. Let's set this off to the side. So once this dries, you can even, or you can just leave it like this and put it in as like a signature with your journal. But one of my favorite things to do is to create ribbons with it. And I use these ribbons for like just whimsical, funky, crazy ephemera pieces. So like for this paper, or this, I keep calling it paper. You guys know what I mean. For this, I just cut it out into strips. Let me show you. It's very simple. And you can do them as thin as you want. That's kind of like an icky part. Let's cut that off. You can do these as thin as you want or as thick as you want. And it does stretch too. You could even, if you had those scissors that are like variated with the blades, you know what I mean, to give that kind of deckled edge, that might be kind of sick. And so then you've got this ribbon here. This is kind of a weird piece. But what I like to do, and I'm not going to do it on camera because it freaks me out using the X-Acto knife, is make little, did I do it here? Yeah. You just kind of shred the ends a bit, like confetti. And it just adds more interest to your pieces, makes it flow a little bit more. And it's just a really fun way to keep something out of a landfill, to keep something that would be just normally ugly and turn it into something just absolutely wonderful. And the more patterns you do, like splatters, you can use like toilet paper rings, like the little toilet paper rolls, and make like a stamping effect all over them. And then once you cut it up, you get such cool patterns and variations on your ribbon. Just a really fun project to do to give yourself some more options for ephemera. So that's the first thing. Here's some black ones I did, some navy blue and black. I'm going to do some witchy stuff with this, like stars. And it's going to be very cool. All right. Next up, we're going to have some tea. And move this to the side. Well, I don't want to say we all, because there was a time where I didn't have this, but there's a good chance we have wax paper in our house that we use for cooking or whatever. This is such a fun way to create beautiful textured papers. Now, for my whimsical bog journal, I'm just going to start calling that, I have created very simple, hopefully the sun's not too bad. I'm sorry, you guys, it's coming in pretty hot now. Just very simple textured papers. And I'm going to show you how I do this. And all I do is I go very lightly over it with paint to create this textured effect that to me looks like rocks or soil. And what I like to do is cut these up or tear these up and use this as part of a collage for a page background to give it that earthy vibe. Because to me, this really looks like rocks, like pebbles. This one is a green, so is this one. I just think this is going to be so cute to look like moss or some kind of grass or something that you would find in nature. So all you have to do is take a couple sheets of wax paper, doesn't matter what size you use. And what I like to do is think of something that's frustrating me. You think of it and you go like this and you squeeze it real tight and you think about what's making you mad. And then when you open it, you feel so much better. And you have a piece of paper with really cool variations. Look at that. Look at all those lines. Look at that texture. And then what you do is you take your sponge and your cheapo paint. I've got pink on here. Let's just throw in, let's mix it up with some red. Now that's going to look like a crime scene. Let's do, is this one open? Gray. Let's do some more rocks. And you take your sponge, don't press down too hard. That is something I've learned. If you want it to be textured like this, just lightly rub. I know you guys probably cannot see this because the paint is the same color as my background right now. Maybe you can. Like this. And when it dries, it's not shiny. It's going to be matte. I mean, I guess that depends on the paint you use. You have this really cool effect. I almost want to say this looks like a leather too, like a distressed leather. So you could go over it with some tan colors, maybe some deep browns, and get that just old, worn-in leather effect. And have fun playing around with the different ways that you crumple the wax paper. So if you want more of like a spider webby effect, just take a corner of it and twist it like this. Do it to another corner, twist it like this. A little awkward to do it on camera too. And you can do as many of these little twisties as you want. Like that. And then you can roll it. You could fold it even. And then open that baby back up. And it just, see right here, it's almost like a snowflake or an ice particle. It's just another way to get cool variations going on your wax paper. So that's number 2. That's my little trick that I love to do. And moving on to, what are we doing? We're doing, okay. So this is something I learned all the way back in elementary school. And I've seen this on other YouTube channels. And I feel like, I mean, again, it's not rocket science, but a lot of people don't talk about it. It's fun to do and it makes really fun papers. Coffee filters. Now, of course, you guys already know I have a ton of coffee filters in my house because of course I do. But when I have extra ones or if I accidentally buy one that's the wrong size, because that actually does happen a lot, I love to use these as papers in my junk journals. Now, what I usually do is a whole run of them, like a mass make, and I'll make different shades. Like this is more of the neutral, softer, earthy, like those I'll use in my upcoming whimsical journal. This is super muted down. But then you can get crazy and do bright, vivid colors like this. This is so cotton candy to me. And again, go over it once it's dry. with your stencils and have fun creating different patterns. Wrinkle that up to get all these different lines and variations. Front and back works great. And then as a happy surprise, when you make these, and I'll show you how to do it in just a sec, you get, look at this, these little papers. So this is what I set them on to dry. Look at these patterns. You could totally use these as a focal point, as a background. Like, look at this. This is so summery and beachy to me. This is just beautiful because pink and blue, earthy. So yeah, not only are you getting beautiful coffee filters that you can use to tear up and collage on your different pieces, you're getting beautiful little papers too. It's a double whammy. So let me show you how I do those. And I hope the sun, let me look and see if it's really bad because now the sun's coming out. We're gonna push through. So if you see this glare, it's okay. I'm sorry. Nothing I can do. It's nature. It's the state of the world. The sun's out. Okay. Coffee filter down. Watercolor. The messier and the more loved, the better. And you're going to get your brush. I would prefer using a mop brush, which of course I don't have. So I'm just going to settle for one of these. And you're going to get some water. And you're going to be very generous with both the water and the pigment that you use. Let's do another bright colored one because I feel like it. And you're just going to lay that puppy down like that. And let's also go in with, let's do pink. And just have fun moving the paint around, the color around. It creates this beautiful like bleeding effect. Get all these edges, and don't be scared to use water. It's a coffee filter. I mean, that's what it does. It can take it. Let's get some more purple in there. And notice too, as I'm doing this, I'm making like little wrinkles in the filter, because when it dries, that's going to look really cool too. Like fold it over, just paint over it. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Let's get some more pink over here. Now, I was trying to be super ambitious and use salt on this because sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of the times, when you're watercoloring, you can put salt on top of the paint and it creates beautiful blooming effects. Not so much with coffee paper because it's too absorbent. It just won't take to it. So yeah, this is what you do. And then you just put this off to the side, let it dry, and you have yourself some beautiful new pieces to use in an upcoming project. Man, that sun is coming in really hot. I'm just hoping that it's not too distracting. I really don't want to refilm this because I'm having fun with this one. All right, is this the last one? It is. Last but not least, I love to use, you can probably already hear it. Oh man, this is going to be bright. Good luck, everyone. Sheets of foil, aluminum foil. Chances are we all have that. What you want to do, same thing, think of something that's frustrating you and crumple that puppy up. Not too crazy because then it's kind of hard to open back up. The other thing too, I don't get a lot of paper cuts, but what I do get is foil cuts, and those can be really nasty. And I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but I have to be really careful around foil. Like, even right now, I'm like watching it because I got the grossest cut. Like, I just sliced my finger with this a couple weeks ago. It wasn't fun. So, you can make this as chunky as you want with texture like that. Which, let's do that. This one, we can get really tight. Well, you get the idea. I'm not going to open this back up for you. But you can just go in and do this a couple times, get tiny little folds or get more chunky big ones like this. And then what you do is you take some cardstock, which I cannot find because well, let's just use this. Who cares? Some cardstock, some Mod Podge. And I like to do the side where it's more flat for this. So like the raised edge is facing up. And be a little bit generous with this and put your Mod Podge all over the back. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of Mod Podge. Like this. You know, it's really early to have the sun be out this bright already. Shoot, that means I'm going to have to go outside and weed. If it's nice today. Oh, no. Yeah, it needs to be done. I'm putting it off. Okay, that's good enough. Set that to the side. And then you flip it over and take, hi Mo, Mo's saying hi, you can probably hear him. Take your roller doodad and just kind of give it a good press down. And see, it's kind of calming down with the texture, but you're still getting those cool patterns. This in itself is very therapeutic too. And then you've got a nice, sturdy, thick piece of paper, if you want to call it that, material. Now, what you want to do is when that is done, you're going to take little frames like this, or other pieces of ephemera, like doors, windows, whatever, but I love these frames, which is now available in my shop. I'll leave a link below. And you can create cool things like mirrors. So with this paper, this foil paper, it's really hard to see. I put puffy paint glitter and I just smudged it all around into the cracks and crevices here to give it some extra shine and sparkle. And that's what I use to make these mirrors that I most likely will put in a haunted house journal, because these seem like almost portals with how shiny and beautiful they are. So that's a fun thing to do. Another fun thing to do is take your foil, go over a piece of tracing paper with matte medium, lay it down and squish it flat on top of that foil. And this probably isn't going to show up just because that reflection, but it gives this really beautiful, almost pearlescent effect because the shine of the foil is slightly coming through the parchment or the tracing paper. And you get this really beautiful, almost feminine effect on your backgrounds there. And you can put like a flower, you could put, you know, whatever focal point you wanted in your frames, but I even think that these would be pretty for like weddings, if you had a rustic wedding. So that's something you can do with foil and Mod Podge. And then honorable mention, this was the last thing. This is not, again, I think rocket science, we all know this. Clothing tags. Cardstock is expensive right now. Believe me, I know. So what I like to do when I go shopping, which is a lot, is take my clothing tags and turn them into little pieces of ephemera. You can collage with them. I use my coffee paper for these, and then you can paint back over it with a stencil, sponges, you know, make them grungy as heck, and something like that. And just have so much fun using what is in your house, because you want to be a ninja, be a creative ninja, go through, find fun things that you can throw into your junk journal, and then you're going to feel really good knowing that you use materials that are going to stay with you and not go to a landfill. So I hope that was fun. I hope that was inspiring. I also hope that the sun wasn't too bright. I'm going to go back and review the footage here. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. I'm really excited about that. Remember, next Monday, I will announce the winner. So stay tuned and have a great, creative, artsy day. Bye, my friends. See you in the next one.